Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is RJ. So today we're looking at the crypto mining game, but more importantly, we're going to be looking at what you can expect and what is coming in version 3. So keep watching. Okay, and welcome to another video. And remember, if this is your first time visiting my channel and you want to learn more about how to earn cryptocurrency for free, about cloud mining sites, crypto investments, and lots of other crypto related stuff, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tag that notification bell so you're alerted to all my latest content as it comes online. Okay, so as you can see here, we are in my CMG account. Not a whole lot has changed to my account, although we are now at 22.3% of level 20, so we're getting a little bit closer to level 21, but obviously not as close as we want to be. And I'm also at nearly 4,000 H power. Obviously, a lot of people will point out that the H power doesn't really help much once you get past 1,000 HP when it comes to the mining. But obviously it does help with things like world missions, in battles for the VMP, all that kind of stuff. So that is why I keep building. And obviously for those of you that are doing those things, if you're in a VMP and that, it does help. So keep building that H power. Okay, so what is this video all about? Simply, I had another really good chat with Cyril the other day from the CMG team. And he has allowed me to be privy to certain things which I'm going to share with you, all to do with version 3. And I'm guessing that some of this stuff I'm going to show you, you're not going to have expected at all. Some stuff you might have even already seen in the sense of concept art and stuff like that, either in my videos or on their Twitter accounts. But basically what I've done is I've put it all together with some new stuff. So we sort of trying to give you a bit more of a rounded or full picture of what version 3 is going to be like and what it's going to be about. Okay, so let's get on with it. Okay, so with this conversation with Cyril, one of the first things he dropped on me, and one of the first things you guys are going to have to get used to with version 3, like Cyril says here, by the way, we are working on a full rebranding of the game for version 3. And I said, oh, that's interesting. Any reason you are moving away from CryptoMiningGame or CMG? He came back and said version 3 will be far more than a crypto mining game. It's something logical regarding the new features. In addition, that will then target a larger audience, of course. Okay, so for me, the fact that they're straight away saying that what we're going to see in version 3 is way more than what we're seeing essentially in the current guise of the game. Now, so this rebranding, you're probably thinking, well, okay, well, it's not CMG, so what is it going to be called? So, Ultera Online. This is the white paper. Obviously, you know from my previous videos, CMG have been working on a white paper which they are going to launch in the near future. All in connection with the CGT token, which Cyril and I have mentioned before, is going to start playing a much larger part of the game. I like what it says here. It says, teleport into the crypto world of Ultera, a sci-fi play-to-earn NFT, massive multiplayer online role-playing game. Just in case you didn't know what MMORPG stood for. I have to say, I did have to look that up. I knew what RPG was, and I'm like, what's the MMO? But yes, massive multiplayer online role-playing game. So that is really interesting. Obviously, it is already an MMO RPG anyway, because obviously we have literally tens of thousands of people playing the game from all around the globe. But the fact that they've actually put play to earn in the title, I think that's going to be very interesting for a lot of you. This is going to be the introduction page. I'm not so fussed about what it says up here. What really drew me in was this bit. It says, I'm from a planet called Altera. We call it Crypto World today, but it wasn't always like that. Don't get me wrong. Although my planet looks strangely like yours, we are not on the same world, or of the same world. Come and join me and I'll show you a world far beyond you can imagine. So again, all really interesting, sort of almost giving me a little bit of goosebumps as to what this new platform and is going to look like, what it's going to entail, and all that kind of stuff. So obviously Altera is going to be a new world. So currently this is what the world we work in or play in looks like. So this is CMG as we know it. So anytime we enter in the world to do world missions, to battle with the other players to gain victory points for our VMP, all this kind of stuff, this is what we look at. And obviously we move around the world using the arrows on the sides of the squares, so to slide the square or expose different squares depending on which direction we're going in. And then obviously we can either move our character, we can click on a tile and then get our character to move to that tile, or we can send out drones to collect stuff, fight battles for us, all that kind of stuff. But obviously it has looked like this for many years, and CMG have now got much bigger plans. I think with the sort of birth and increasing popularity of play to earn games, excuse me, this is something that they want to move into. And I think for all of us, if they do a good job, I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to bring a new facet to the game. It's going to make the game more interesting, and hopefully we're going to earn more from this. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, this is what we look at right now, and this is what Altera is going to look like. So we've got obviously different land masses, we have different cities, continents, all that kind of stuff, and our characters are going to be able to move around all of this, and it's not going to be in the way you're expecting, because like myself, I was just expecting an updated version of what we've already got. Basically, obviously I've seen some of the concept art, but for me, again, I just thought it was going to be sort of like we see with the old version, that if you zoom into certain things, then you get a much, you know, you can get the detail. You can, like, you know, anything. I can't think of something really, but like the buildings or something like that, you can zoom into them. So I just thought the concept art was essentially just going to be sort of those kind of things, that they would be on the map, we could zoom into them, and you would be able to see them in more detail. But that is not the case. Anyway, as we go through this new world, we need means to travel. We need means to get from one place to the other. So one of the probably popular and easiest ways to get there is going to be going to the train station. Now, I think this looks absolutely amazing. Obviously, this is concept art, but I think the finished product is probably going to be very close to this. Most of the stuff in the way of art that they are putting out now, CMG are putting out, is going to be very close to what we see in the game. And like I say, these are not just going to be static pictures from what I understand. So, obviously, I'm trying to tease you here because I wouldn't, I'm really looking forward to this. I'm trying to sort of, I guess, tease you a bit so you sort of get that exciting feel about it as well. Anyway, other modes of transport that will be coming are flying taxis, road taxis, personal hover cars. Now, this is something I think is pretty cool. The hover bike, motorbikes, personal road car, and obviously the other cool thing that is going to be about this game is we are going to see the introduction of multiple character types. Obviously, when we now play, we essentially all start off as miners. Yes, we can change our avatar, and yes, obviously through gameplay and stuff like that, we increase our stats or increase our our capabilities to a point. But what CMG are going to be doing are introducing actual character types that you can choose from, and each character type has different traits, so different strengths, different weaknesses, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, you can then build those strengths up, but you'll also have other abilities that you can gain and that you can increase, all that kind of stuff. And the characters are... So, this is the corporatist female version. There is a male and female version of each character. So you have the corporatist, and this is the corporatist male. You have the eco-activist. This is the female, and this is the male eco-activist. You have the hacker, female hacker. This one particular picture, I think I've mentioned it before when I've shown it, really does remind me of something from Blade Runner. And, you know, from what I gather, talking to Cyril, they do very much sort of have followed that, should I say. They've sort of followed that idea. You know, they seem to, especially Cyril, seems to sort of really be into that kind of thing, like the Blade Runner theme and feel to things. I mean, even if you think back to the train station, sort of almost had that kind of futuristic sort of feel, very much futuristic feel about it. Okay, so the hacker male, then we've got the mercenary female, mercenary male, and then you've got the miner female and miner male. Now, obviously, all of these are playable. You can pick whichever character you want. I'm not sure what would happen if you, say, picked a character, decided you didn't like that character, and then tried to swap. Not sure if that's something that they are incorporating into the game. There is the possibility that if they haven't, and you don't like the character you start with, you might then have to, say, pick a new character, but start that character basically at 0 or at the very low level. Obviously, this is all stuff that is probably going to get tweaked and slightly changed moving forward in the game. And hopefully I will be able to bring that information to you at a later time. Okay, so what will these sort of characters actually look like in the game, in the sense of what you're going to be working with? So this is the hacker male, you can see, and we've got the basics, the main stats here. But look, vehicles, and this is why I showed you what I showed you earlier. So you can own a hover bike, you can own a personal hover car, whatever. You can own those vehicles. But obviously if you're traveling really long distances, then it would be probably better to use something like the train station. I think for crossing seas, there's going to be some sort of boat, maybe hovercrafts or whatever. But like I say, the fact that you can actually own vehicles, reputation, obviously as a hacker, as a whatever, you've got to have that trust factor. And if you're better your reputation is, probably maybe the more you'll get paid, the more jobs you will get. All this kind of stuff. Not sure what tiles represents, but again, I'm sure we'll find out closer to the date of the release. So you've got the health points, you've got your energy, you've got mind. Remember what the mind is your energy is used for physical tasks. Your mind is going to be used mainly for mental tasks. So as a hacker, you want your mind to be as high as possible. Then you've got stamina, strength, agility, perception, intelligence, charisma. You got your mining, cryptography, hacking, programming, business, fire, weapon, light weapon, discretion, electronic, environment, first aid. So, and then you've also got here, you've got, what's that? Is that, I can see slightly a helmet, body armor, you've got boots. So you can gain stuff as well. So obviously it's either that you can craft it, it's going to be, maybe you might find it around the world, maybe you can trade for these things, maybe you can just purchase them from the shop. The way this is being set up, there's just going to be a plethora of choices you can make. The gameplay, how you set up your characters, the way you travel the world. And this is why I'm finding it so exciting without sounding, I don't know, mad about it. But, I just really, because it's such a step forward from what we have. And I just think that CMG have to be massively applauded for that. Because they could have just stuck with what they got. You know, they could have stuck with that. They could have just tweaked a few things to make it better, make it a bit more interesting, possibly add like a real play to earn part to it, and then they could have left it. But they've not. They are revamping this whole game, and from what I've seen at the moment, I am really happy with what they've done. And like I say, the big unveiling is going to be, it's going to be about summer, I think that's what they've talked about. But between then and now, hopefully I'll be able to bring you more and more stuff, so to whet your appetite even more when it comes to this game. Okay, so now upon speaking to Cyril, I did ask him, like, if the map view or the gameplay we would have is essentially going to be a aerial shot. So, like, we would be looking down on the map like we do currently. He said to me, there's going to be, you're going to be able to view the map like that. So you are going to be able to view it from sort of a bird's eye view. But, and this is where I don't know. I'm getting tingles about how this game could be. But anyway, so this is a look at a building block. So you can see stairs. You may have apartments. You might have shops. And then obviously this is the road. So as a zoom in view, this is what a single building will look like. This is what a single building will look like, or a single block. And you're gonna be able to interact with these, and this is what is gonna be the really cool thing, because you can actually zoom down to street level, not just see it from a bird's eye view. And here we go. So this is, you can see a couple of bushes. Not sure really what that is, but again, it's another type of building. And then this is what you're going to be looking at from your bird's eye view. This is going to be your game area in version 3. So you can see, obviously, you've got your character up here, your various things. So you've got your crystals, you've got your coins, your crypto coins. Is that your VP there? I think that is. And then you've got various different things here. And then obviously you've got your top bar with your inventory and all that kind of stuff as well there. You've got another drop down or top bar here, which is going to have your other menu options in. And then you've got your, just like we have now currently in the world, you've got your coordinates and you've got your various different areas. Look at that, section 2. So obviously there's going to be not just sort of, there's sections, but like I say, so this is how you would see it when you first go in. And you've got all your different buildings, shops, apartments, whatever. But you can zoom right down to street level, and you can even zoom into buildings. So again, this is what is really going to be different from what we can currently do. So here is inside a building. So this is probably this character's apartment. So obviously, again, it's very basic. They're still working on this. It's still a few months away from introduction, but you've got a few shelves, you've got a poster on your wall, you've got a couple of tables, but look right there, mining machines. They actually look like ASICs, so they're like, I don't know what they would be, but you've got mining machines in your apartment. Let's hope he's got some ear defenders as well, because when I used to have mining machines in my house, it sounds like a 747 taking off. So let's hope he's got some ear defenders, or your character's got some ear defenders, so they're at least able to get a bit of sleep. Okay, so I'm sure by now I'm hoping by now you are pretty excited about what is coming. But I've got something even better for you. So don't go away. Just got to keep watching. So if you don't know what CryptoMiningGame is all about, but you think it looks like a fun and interesting way to earn yourself some free crypto, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description to a playlist. Now, in that playlist, there are quite a few videos, all filled with hints, tips, and information that is useful. But what I suggest is probably watch maybe the first 3 or 4 of the oldest videos, and then maybe the most recent 5 or so of the most recent videos, to give yourself an all-round idea of how to play the game and what you need to be doing to get your accounts up and running to get yourself earning some of those free coins. Okay, so what have I been hanging on to right to the end of this video? Well, what I've got is actually a couple of short little videos that Cyril was good enough to give me, send to me, and I'm going to show them to you so you've got an idea of how this game is actually going to play. So this is proper footage of actual gameplay. Obviously, like I say, it's still very much sort of early days. It's not finalized, it's not super polished, but you get an idea of how this is going to work. And here we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. I hope you found it helpful, fun and informative. And if you like what I do, it would be absolutely amazing if you could subscribe to my Patreon and support my channel for as little as $1, which then helps me bring more content to you. And if you're interested in those earlier videos that I talked about, put it on your screen right now. So get clicking and get watching. And I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.